Tell stories about those people when you've got over that hill, where we had in that footage, to then show how successful the project was.
Most respect for them both. Well, that's really pleasing to hear, David. And I mean, as I say, if any bit.
Hello, welcome to BBR News. My name is Raj. Today I'm with Ron. Ron, can you tell me what brought you onto this journey? Where did it all start?
It started when I was in a very bad place. I was homeless. I didn't realise it at the time, but I was an alcoholic. Well, I am an alcoholic. It was just, I was looking for something that would get me on the way to the world of work. And that something was Changing Futures.
Yeah, I've always been what they call a functioning alcoholic. You know, I was working, but towards the end, it got the better of me. I got made redundant. I lost self-respect, dignity.
Before I got the help, it was a struggle. I was newly a single mum. My son had difficulties himself that I didn't know how to help him. I didn't have anybody I could turn to, so it was just me and my son, you know, sort of struggling through life.
Started from job centre, I'd broke my back, fallen from 30 foot, broke my back. So I felt a bit lost, didn't know where I was going to go going forwards. I mean, I've been all right in my life, but it's like, you know, we all live on a line. We're either at this side of it where we cope, or we're at that side of it where we fall off the edge. And it's such a fine line.
I was depressed, I was suicidal, I was scared, I was frightened. I mean, yeah, fear. When you get to that fearful stage, you can't cope, you can't deal with things, and I basically need somebody to hold my hand, which is essentially what they did.
When I came to Preston after leaving Cameroon, I was some sort of depressed. I was living with my husband in a single room and my 3 boys. Looking for somebody that could boost my morale, my husband introduced me to my transformational coach in Changing Futures.
For me, I'd say I wasn't aware of what was available to me. But what's happened is doors have opened and I realised that there was funding available for me.
She asked me what my interests were, what I thought my qualities were I confident, all these sort of things, which made me start thinking about myself. It made me think, well, maybe I could do something else.
I never found my niche. I'm an ex-serviceman, and that was a big part of my life. And then that ended, and after that, I never really found a job that I was happy with. It wasn't till I'd hit rock bottom that I started coming back up, clawing my way back up, with the help of Changing Futures.
What I've received from them is both practical, physical, and even emotional, like beds, spoons, plates, bringing us food educational wise. Changing Future helped me to obtain a certificate in social care, and presently I am about to get to the university, and it is still Changing Future following it up.
Because not only are they helping me with what I need from day to day, they're helping me with my son's appointments, coming to appointments with me, writing letters, and they've helped my son to get the help he needs within school.
I got support with accommodation, addiction, and helping me understand the financial side of the struggle that I was in. She sent me on a health and social care course, which gave me confidence to engage more in health and social care.
And she said, well, why don't you do a counselling course, an introduction to counselling? And I said, well, yeah, I'd like to do that. And she said, would you be able to fund it? She said, we could help you with the funding.
So I started on the programme engaging with Sam, who's been everything in helping me in my journey to recovery. Gain qualifications, interview techniques.
They help you out with anything online. If you're having, I'm not very good with the technology, so they'll sort out things online. You get problems with the job centre, they'll sort it out. Emotional support, just the more it becomes like a big family. They're like friends. They're not just doing a job.
I thought it might just be one of these bum courses that they send you on because they have to, but it wasn't like that at all. And it was just a very positive experience. What she did was draw out what I needed, really. And she allowed me, she opened doors for me to follow a more of a passion. Not all about the money, more about having a happy career and a happy life.
The emotional support was something like I'd never had before, other than from, say, family. I even got a hospital visit at one stage.
What about the program did you dislike?
I can't say I particularly disliked anything. I know it sounds ridiculous to say that something's perfect, but it's pretty much close to the mark.
Well, at first they were pressurising me to get a job, but the support worker she sort of cottoned on very early. Yes, he looks fine on the surface, but there's a lot going on inside. They give you breathing space, that's the most important thing when you're ready to do it. They're doing what, to me, they should be doing. What's best for you at this present time.
Sometimes the expectation I thought was a little too high, but then again that was down to my insecurities, because I was always scared of failure. Always, if I failed at anything, I didn't retake an exam. I failed my driving test, I never took it. But Sam had sort of said, look, try again. And I did. I failed my maths 4 times. So, but I didn't pack it, and I eventually passed.
She was there when I needed her. Right. She was there as a friend. I didn't see her as a worker. I seen her as a friend. I wasn't just a number in her book. She actually took time to get to know me and understand my journey and understand my backstory.
So not just doing a job.
She wasn't just doing a job. Right, she went above and beyond.
It was just the support and the friendship and being there sort of any time, day or night. I could just pick up the phone. There was somebody on my doorstep within the half an hour with coffee to have a chat.
And I think when I spoke to her, I felt for the first time that somebody were listening to me and understood me, and she still does, and I know that I can phone her up at any time. Not only is she like that support, I actually class her as a friend as well, and I think that's the difference, because if you're talking to somebody who you feel is just working for a government body or for whatever, it's different than if you've got a friend.
It's about that trust, isn't it?
And the trust is so important, yeah. If you haven't got that trust, then it's less likely that you're going to go forward with things, because you just retreat back into your shell.
I was in a dark place. I'm ex-Royal Navy. This programme has instilled my integrity again, and it's made me not feel ashamed of the person that I am.
It's a bit of a hackneyed phrase, isn't it? Oh, send me on another course, and you like a bit, and you feel, oh, do I need to go? Another course, but absolutely not that. Very, very positive.
Yes.
So I can only say good things, really.
Well, that's excellent news to hear. That's Chris, certainly. Yes. I mean, would you say, would it be the sort of programme that you would actually recommend to anybody else?
100%. It can only help, but you've got to go in with an open mind.
Even for the most timid and shyest people, I recommend asking for the help. It's changed me tremendously as a person, having the support that I have had over the last few years. I can look after my son more, because not only have they supported me through what I've gone through, they've also been there to support my son as well, which has helped tremendously.
Someone believed in me. Someone gave me that confidence. Someone wanted me to do well in life. So it basically changed my life. I know what my future holds for me. I know what life holds. I know that life's here for a purpose.
absolutely massive. You know, I just wish you could see my wife and my kids' eyes, you know, and they're not children, they're 21 and 24. Yeah, if you just saw them and how my behaviours, my attitudes, my outlook upon life has changed. Especially when my son first found out I'd failed, he thought, oh, well, what's Dad going to do? But no longer, you know, that is brilliant as well, because he's passed on to my son. Look, son, it's all right to fail, but try again and try again till you succeed. So, yeah, it's just magical.
Before in this course, I'd be in a different place totally. I find a whole new world, really. And looking at me, understanding, doing it in a way where I'm not judging myself. So I look at myself and I think, right, this is who I am, good bits and bad bits, accept it, what it is, embrace it.
I don't want to be rich, I don't want to be famous, I want to be happy, and I want to be around like-minded people. I don't want benefits for nothing. I will work and I will volunteer all week, and I'll do better than most because it feeds my soul.
I have learned a lot from Changing Futures, and I will wish that if they could create opportunities that when the service users, they get the experience, they could come back to Changing Futures to give back what they have learned.
I love the idea of what we've done today. I really do, you know, if there could be some format where people group together and discuss where they're at, because we're all different walks of life, but we've all got one common goal. You know, I mean, they could help me and I might be able to help them, you know, with these transformational coaches. Yeah, I think it's been absolutely brilliant. You know you're not on your own. You know there's other people out there who've had the struggles, and yet grouping together, hearing them today, I feel very humble to have heard all these lovely people.
I found a job finally that I enjoy doing, and that isn't the daily grind. Although I might not be a rip-roaring success, I'm a happier person for it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the future. It's opened up. There's certain things I'm still a bit apprehensive about, but you've got to go for it, you know. So.
Exactly. Well, thanks so much for coming in today, talking about your experience. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Cut.